Thank you so much for checking out Tea and a Butty on YouTube. For exclusive content, please consider becoming a patron. Details are in the link of this video's description, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Welcome back to a very special Thanksgiving Day episode of Tea and a Butty podcast. I'm Erica.
And I'm Dominic.
And thank you so much for spending your Thanksgiving with us.
Yes.
If you're alone today, then you're doing it right this year.
Yeah, you're doing it right this year, I think. Well, I mean, you're not alone because you're listening to us, you see.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
We're your family. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving 2020.
Oh,
hey, here we go. Rock and roll.
So today we're going to have a Thanksgiving Day theme.
Yes.
Podcast, in case you couldn't tell.
We're giving thanks today.
We're going to give thanks, at the end of this podcast, because Lord knows this is the year to do it.
Lord knows. Well, yes. I mean, how has 2020 been for all of you, I imagine? I mean, some people might be like, oh, well, this pandemic, it wasn't so bad. I didn't get it. My family didn't get COVID. You know, we're all okay here, you know, we're okay with the lockdown. So it might not have been a bad 2020 for you, you know.
Yeah. So we'll talk about things that people are thankful for in like the second half of the podcast. But the first half, we put out on Twitter and Instagram the other day, like last week or so.
Last week, yeah.
Weird Thanksgiving foods that people have either eaten or they've heard of. But never
and I
had.
think the whole thing is weird. It's just very weird to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think
so weird.
I think we'll talk about our own in a minute, but let me read off a few of these responses that we had
on Instagram.
Yeah, from Instagram. Some of them I don't find so weird.
Well, I don't know. Let's.
So we said we'd give you a shout out. So Wolf Spirit 736 on Instagram says that something weird that they have at Thanksgiving, they find it weird anyway, is slices of bread with gravy on top.
Slices of bread with gravy on top. Now, that is a little bit weird because usually, you know, when you have a Thanksgiving dinner or a Christmas dinner, because that's what I'm equating it to as growing up, people would use like...
Oh, you don't have Thanksgiving in Britain?
No, didn't you know? We don't give thanks, because as Craig Ferguson once said, we are bastards.
Anyway, please continue.
Yes. Anyway, you'd use the bread to mop up the gravy with, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know what that gravy would be. Would it be white gravy or brown gravy?
I'm assuming brown gravy.
I'm assuming so too.
I mean, what's weird about this? Like, is it just
I like gravy and I like
Maybe
bread.
That's weird.
Yeah, I mean, sandwich... I don't want to get into a rant about how bad the sandwich bread is over here. The store-bought loaf, no. America, you're doing it wrong.
On Thanksgiving, I think, you know, usually the Thanksgiving dinners that I've been to, they've served rolls.
Dinner rolls.
Dinner rolls, usually, yeah. Which, I don't know, those don't exist in Britain, do they?
Well, I mean, rolls obviously do exist, but not dinner rolls as you know them, because they're like quick breads or something, aren't they? They're bought and they're like... I don't know,
I mean, you can buy them pre-made, but no, you can make them.
No, I mean, you've got these weird, like, you know, like, convenience food breads. And I mean, they're convenient. Yeah, you know, you just pop the can and you stick them in the oven and woo, there you go, bread. But it's like, yeah, we don't really have like rolls on the side of it. And I mean, Christmas dinner, there's a hot debate of whether you have Yorkshire pudding with it.
Yeah.
People are like, what are you doing? You don't have Yorkshire pudding. You only have Yorkshire pudding with a Sunday roast.
We'll have to put that out at Christmas time, yeah.
I told everyone... I announced it. I gave a parish notice that I was not going to do Yorkshire pudding for today.
Well, we don't have...
For Thanksgiving.
We don't have an oven to make Yorkshire pudding.
Yeah, we exploded the oven.
Yeah, we'll discuss that again at the end of the podcast.
The oven exploded and we were thrown 30 feet into the air. It was very dramatic. It was like an episode of General Hospital.
It did. J Fleshman 7 on Instagram says mock oyster dressing. Eggplant is substituted for the clams. That sounds fabulous to me.
Well, I
love eggplant.
It does.
Yeah.
But I don't know why.
My grandpa always used to put oysters in the in the dressing. Dressing is another word for stuffing for anybody who's confused when we say dressing.
Stuffing. Yeah, but the stuffing over here is very different again.
Yeah.
To me.
Your stuffing is in little balls, isn't it? It comes in little balls. It's like
you hate that so much. It's sage and onion stuffing.
I don't really hate it. To me, it's that's more like what we would call hush puppies.
It's like a hush puppy kind of thing.
Only not cornbread. Or is it cornbread?
I don't know what it is.
You guys don't really do cornbread, so I can't imagine that.
It's just like a breadish kind of like sage and onion like thing, but it's like it's not even over here it's more bready. The stuffing. And I do love the stuffing over here. I mean, stuffing is stuffing at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. But, I was just like, when I first had it, when I first came over here and experienced American, like, stuffing, I was like, this isn't stuffing. It's just bread with a seasoning.
No, it's got like weird. It's got like celery, onion.
Yeah, no, you can keep the celery away. It was just.
And then traditionally they put oysters in. I don't know why.
Oysters.
That seems really
bloody weird.
It seems odd, doesn't it, to go with turkey? Like
oysters. I've never ever been a fan of shellfish anyway, so I can get out of here.
I've never really been a fan of the oysters in the dressing, so. Using eggplant as a substitute sounds absolutely fabulous and genius to me, and I don't know why I've never had that
because
in my life.
Because you're obsessed with eggplant, which is aubergine to our people who don't know.
British.
To our French viewers.
Yeah, there you go. Mallory Colleen on Instagram says, as a kid, my mom's Hawaiian family would make long rice for Thanksgiving. Yeah.
I can get on board with that.
I mean, it's weird, I guess, in the way that it's not traditional. But it's not really that weird. I mean, Hawaii, rice, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ginny Goose 18 says, tamales, spaghetti with sausage, sauteed cabbage with sausage, apples, and cumin.
Well, that just sounds like dinner around here every night, doesn't it?
Well, the tamales. The tamales. Tamales.
Explain to our British people what tamales are.
Okay, tamales. They are like meat. Not necessarily. Doesn't always have to be.
It's shredded meat.
Shredded meat, beef, pork, chicken, usually
beef.
With cumin and maybe some curry. I've never personally made them, so I don't know actually what all seasonings goes into it. But then it's like wrapped in masa. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they cook it in a corn husk.
Masa is kind of like a corn product.
It's a corn meal,
it's a corn meal,
I guess you could say. Yeah. So it comes out sort of like a really thick corn tortilla, which if you don't have corn tortillas, and I don't really know how to explain it to you.
Yeah, corn in Britain, it's slightly different to corn over here. I don't know why that is. Like maize. I think a maize is what masa is. I don't know. I haven't done the research, so, you're going to have to look that one up yourself.
But you cook it in the corn husks, and then to eat it, you peel the corn husks off. And it's just sort of looks like a dumpling.
You steam it. Yeah, mostly. Yeah. You steam it, or you can steam it. Can you?
Yeah.
Tamales.
They usually make tamales at Christmas, I think it is. And my grandma and her sisters.
And buñuelos.
That's at New Year's.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's for New Year's.
Buñuelos, I can get on board with. I like tamales. I've grown to like them. When I first had them, I was like, I don't see the appeal.
Yeah.
And I'm not big. And I'm not a big fan of masa.
I love tamales.
And I was just like, there's so much corn here. Corn everything.
We're a corn country, okay?
Very corny.
Spaghetti with sausage. That's an interesting Thanksgiving. Guys,
that's like an Italian thing.
I'm not a huge Thanksgiving foods person, really, so I'm kind of
you're not into turkey that much. I mean, to be fair, neither am I, really.
It's like, it's a meal that it's fine. it's not something I like necessarily like really look forward to every year.
Yeah.
You know, I don't hate it, but
I don't know.
It doesn't particularly excite me either. So, I can get on board with spaghetti, you know, and I love sautéed cabbage with sausage. Never had it with apples and cumin though, so that is a little odd.
A little weird.
A little odd.
A little weird.
But I'm not going to say no.
Not going to lie. It's a little weird. Yeah.
And then we also asked, what is a weird Thanksgiving food that you have heard of but don't necessarily know what it is? And so we had the reply, bologna cake.
Bologna cake?
It was a 1950s Thanksgiving dish and my coworker's family still makes it. It sounds disgusting.
It does. It sounds like something that would have turned up on that Back in Time for Dinner.
It sounds absolutely horrendous, and if you haven't
seen that, it's a good BBC show about, like, you know, living history, you know.
Green bean casserole, yuck. And I agree, yuck.
Green bean casserole, that's what everybody loves. That's the traditional Thanksgiving thing.
I don't know why it's a thing.
Well, I just don't really care for green beans all that much.
Yeah.
I mean, there's certain vegetables.
Have this, like, it's like a creamy sauce and then French fried onions on the top. It's just, the whole thing is just a big no.
Who invented that?
I don't know.
Come clean.
K-Girl on Instagram says canned cranberry sauce. Seen it on Here Comes Honey Boo Boo.
I think we can readily dismiss Honey Boo Boo as the authority on everything.
I'm going to be perfectly honest here and say that canned cranberry sauce is delicious and I love it.
Well, I've experienced it.
It is a Thanksgiving food that is probably one of my favorites.
They've got two versions of it, haven't they? They've got like a cranberry kind of like sauce in a can.
That comes out in like chunks, little berries, looks like cranberries.
And then they've got something that looks like cat food.
No, it doesn't.
It does. It's like a jelly. It looks like jelly in a can, and it comes out and they slice it up, and it looks like it's jelly. Yeah,
it's jellied cranberry.
Well,
it comes out in the shape.
Is it?
It comes out in the shape of the can, and you have to cut it into slices.
I remember you once had a meltdown about something. Someone had something, and you were like, "I only like cranberry sauce that's in the shape of a can." Get me cranberry sauces in the shape of a can. I demand it.
Usually they make it with like orange peel or orange zest and nuts and things like that. You know what? And that's like a fresh way to make it, obviously. But I'm perfectly happy with it. Coming out of the can, in the shape of the can, it's delicious.
One Christmas dinner, I was round at my uncle's house and he made this cranberry and port dish, and he made it out of, you know, and that's when I really got into cranberry sauce.
Cranberry and port? I thought you told me it was sherry. Oh, maybe not.
No, it was cranberries and port. It was, and I think a little bit of orange juice or something. And it was so good. It was like I could have eaten just a bowl of that, and I had it on the side. So I was like, "Oh, this is so good."
I love cranberry sauce.
And he's like, "Yeah, it's just made it out of cranberries and port." You know, he's like, "Oh yeah." You know, but now when I've got over here, I'm just kind of like, "Nah, I don't really want cranberry sauce anymore."
Oh, it's delicious.
I'm not into cranberry. I'm not into
a life, Dominic.
Canned cranberry, everybody.
Shanty the Roadrunner says that freaking mayonnaise salad.
That freaking mayonnaise salad, yeah, it's been getting me too.
I don't know what that is.
Salad with mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise salad.
Oh, I know what it is. It's the stuff that your grandmother used to make. That big piece of iceberg lettuce with the mayonnaise on. That's probably what it is.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
I thought that was something she just invented.
Always getting up.
We never had that for Thanksgiving. I don't know. The mayonnaise salad.
That freaking mayonnaise salad. That's right,
Shanty. We're going to need you to elaborate on that because I don't know what that is. I like mayonnaise. I like salad, so, you know, doesn't sound too bad. Ginny Goose 18 says stewed chitlings.
Stewed chitlins.
That's not something I have at Thanksgiving.
Chitlins are like pork rinds, aren't they?
Yeah, skins, I guess.
Skins, yeah.
No, I don't know. I'm not sure. I've heard of them, but I've never had them. They sound
absolutely horrendous.
I've never had them. I don't know if we had any other replies. But anyway, I want to go quickly because we're going to run out of time. Go to this article from delish.com from last Thanksgiving. Apparently, a tweet went viral asking this same topic that we're asking or have asked or talking about. I can't talk. Whatever. And people just started replying with all their disgusting things that they've had. Someone says, ours is a wild creation called Seafoam Salad. I thought this was a normal thing every family made and served for Thanksgiving next to the turkey and the stuffing until I was 18. And it looks like this jelly green.
It looks like pistachio cake. Yeah. That's what it looks like. It's all green and shaped like a lotus flower or something.
Someone says, my boyfriend made this for my family's Thanksgiving last year. It's a bologna cake with ranch cream cheese icing. It was pretty good. Apparently... It
was pretty good. Do you know, just bologna is
bologna, ranch dressing, and cheese whiz. So this must be the bologna cake that...
Wolf Spirit talked
mentioned.
About.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, bologna is... it's like...
You garnish with olives. In this picture that they're showing, they're eating it with Ritz crackers.
Unbelievably. Ugh. It looks sick.
Cheese whiz, ranch dressing, bologna. Oh, all of it sounds just frightening. And then there's like green olives.
Yeah, they've
top.
done it in the shape of a cake. That's not cute.
Apparently Jell-O and dairy-based dishes are also quite common at the Thanksgiving tables. Some families used cream cheese, others used Cool Whip, cottage cheese. I don't even want to say it. Mayonnaise. That's what she was talking about, maybe. Mayonnaise salad.
Like a mayonnaise fruit? Like a mayonnaise fruit salad? Like, why do you people do this? This is just barbaric.
Okay, so this is something our British listeners will probably find really weird, but one of my grandmothers used to always make this salad called pink salad.
Yeah.
And it was fruit and Cool Whip and then the red Jell-O all mixed in so that's what made it pink. Marshmallows, nuts. I mean, I don't know. Does that sound really weird?
No, it doesn't. Sounds good so far.
Yeah, it's just like... But I guess some people would probably think that was weird. I don't know. But mayonnaise...
I don't know. Marshmallow... What? She didn't put mayonnaise in it?
No, I think you can put I think you can substitute mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise is made from eggs.
I think you can substitute mayonnaise or even sour cream in.
Eggs, vinegar, and oil.
Instead of Cool Whip or whatever. Just because everything else is so sweet. And then it doesn't taste as like, oh God, you know? And you don't even notice the difference.
Well, you could sour cream.
Yeah,
or something. Yeah.
Instead of using like Cool Whip or cream cheese or whatever, you use like mayonnaise or sour cream.
I'm a fan of sour cream because you use sour cream to make cheesecake, which is probably one of my all-time favorite desserts of ever created.
Yeah,
and it's just putting mayonnaise in a bloody dessert.
Yeah.
Those people...
You think the pistachio pudding is weird, too, though?
I can't remember what the pistachio
pudding... It's got
pudding...
pineapples, pistachio... I don't even know if it has any pistachio nuts or if it's just, like, flavored pistachio pudding.
I can't remember what that is. I do remember it was green.
It's got marshmallows and, I think pineapple, maybe, like, those little mandarin oranges.
To be fair, I used to think putting sweet potato on marshmallow... Or marshmallow on sweet potato.
Yeah, that's another.
Sweet potato and marshmallow together, that's just a weird combination.
Yeah.
But I've had it, and I don't hate it,
Yes.
It's kind of like when people pour syrup on their bacon at breakfast over here, I'll just be like, oh, that's a bit weird, putting syrup on a meat.
Yeah.
But it actually works. It's all right. I can get behind it. It's okay. I'm all right. It's okay.
But the thing is like stuff that you grow up having, like another
stuff that you grow up having. You're gonna go to another country. You're gonna go somewhere else. You're gonna, and you go, oh, you what? You didn't have green bean casserole? Where's the green bean casserole? Oh,
yeah.
I like that mayonnaise in salad. It's just like, what are you talking about? No one does that.
Like one of my favorite, like one of my favorite dishes was broccoli cheese casserole, and you think that's kind of weird, don't you? Weird. There we go. We have rice in that. That's rice and broccoli, and then like a cheese sauce.
Yeah, I suppose it's all right. It's not as disgusting as like...
It's quite good, but again, I've had
green
that
bean
since I was really
casserole.
little, and Aunt used to make it, and it's just like, that was just, one of the things that I loved at Thanksgiving. Another couple of weird things that we have had, though, that probably most people don't have at Thanksgiving. Bruschetta. So it's like Italian...
pan con tomate.
Balsamic vinegar with tomatoes and onions in, and
on one of those little hard bread toast kind of things.
Yeah,
I mean, people like that. I mean, my dad likes that, but I'm not into all that. I'm not into raw tomato, everybody.
One year...
raw tomato is just disgusting.
One year, and I think it was my aunt just trying to freak us kids out, she brought escargot and was like, oh, everybody has to try this, so I did, bravely.
Fresh in the shell.
Reason. Yeah. It was like in the little shell. You just get it out with the... You pull it out with
pull it out with the pincers.
Yeah, and then you put it on a piece of bread, and it's like got...
you just eat it raw.
No, you dip it in like this garlic butter.
It's got the same consistency as an oyster, really, and I don't like that.
It was more like crab meat.
Somebody says, oh, it looks like... It's like mushroom. And crab meat, yeah. And I mean, I don't like those types of things. It's a texture thing for me.
Yeah. Okay, before we run totally out of time, let's get to the nice and uplifting portion of the program,
the uplifting portion of the program as it gets progressively darker in here.
It's been
But then again, it is 5:47. If we were living in the UK, it would have been dark for hours now.
Yeah.
It would have been. People don't seem to realise that.
We'd be in bed already.
Remember you in Britain your first time, it's like it's 3:30 p.m. I was like, yeah. He's like, and it's already pitch black.
Why is everything closed?
It's dark.
It's been a really long, hard year for most everyone.
Yes.
Around the world, yeah.
Yes, it has.
So we really wanted to focus on the positive, because even though like a lot of crazy stuff has happened, there's still been good stuff that's happened. And we want to end this Thanksgiving by making you all feel a little bit better about just life in general.
Yeah. So
we put out the question on Twitter and Instagram, what are you thankful for this year? Because we really wanted people to evaluate the year.
There's for this year?
Even though it's been like a really crap year.
Yeah.
There's going to have been something that you're thankful for.
Yes.
So if you guys didn't reply, if you're listening and you did not reply to us,
just go ahead and tell us.
Yeah, just like think about it. Just take a minute and think about.
Take a few minutes and think about what you're gonna, what you really think thankful for this year.
Yeah.
Or for in your life.
Yeah.
It could be in your life.
Well, in your life in this year, yeah. This year though. Because this year's been so hard.
It's been extra crappy this year.
Yeah, because it's been so hard. I think it's important to remember that they're
allowed out and all that. Yeah.
To remember that there's still good things in life, and there's still things to look forward to, and as they say, this too shall pass. So I was really happy with the responses that we got on these, because some people really put thought into it and gave really nice answers. Yeah,
thanks a lot, guys.
That I think will warm your soul.
Warm the cockles of your heart.
Yeah, so I don't know if we... The first one I'm looking at is just making me laugh, because it's like, it's a political one, okay? So whether you agree or not, you have to respect the fact that this person is thankful this year that Trump lost the election.
Trump lost the election. That's all it says.
Yeah, she's thankful for that, and you got to give that to her. If that's what's making her happy, if that's what's doing it for her this year, then that is awesome, and I'm very glad that she's able to be thankful for that. Wolf Spirit says she's thankful for my tea and good books.
Yes,
that's really sweet. Yeah.
My tea and good books. Yeah, I'm with Wolf Spirit all the way on that.
Yeah, I mean, books and tea aren't going anywhere,
and I love my books, yeah.
You're stuck in the house, like, what better time to read a book? Like, catch up on everything that you need to be reading.
Yeah.
And, I saw a thing the other day that was like, you can still go places in a book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I saw that too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was a reading. It said something like, reading is the only place that will take you somewhere when you can't go anywhere.
Yeah. And that is
I read it as Reading will take you anywhere. Will take you anywhere when you can't go anywhere. And I was like, that's only if you live in Reading, though. Reading being the town in England.
Oh, Lord.
A little bit of dyslexia there for you.
But yeah, no, I thought that was fabulous because it's so true, isn't it? Like, you can't leave the house, but you can go somewhere in a book. Diana Raposo says she's thankful for having family and friends and good health.
Yes.
That's always important to be
thankful for. That's always important, yeah.
Yeah, because not everybody does have good health. And I think that's one of the most important things to be thankful for, actually. Because if you don't have good health, then, yeah. Mallory Kalina says she's thankful for moving to her hometown to be closer to her family.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's really nice.
That's really cute, yeah.
Yeah. If you were able to do that, especially this year, is so important to be around people that you know and love, Ariel D19 says she's thankful for her family.
My family.
That's nice, yeah. Jay Fleshman, friends and family.
Well, there's a theme coming here.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Let's see. My family. Yeah, a lot of people thankful for their family.
A lot of people thankful for their families.
Oh, those people and their families, I swear. Whereas Marina says she's thankful for her house, her pets, friends, and wine.
Wine.
Wine is very, very important to be thankful for.
Yes. We love a glass of Prosecco or Moscato.
Yeah. I was going to say, we don't ever drink Prosecco.
Well, we're going to start. 2021 New Year's resolution.
Moscato.
Drink more Prosecco.
Moscato in this house. Thank you very
Moscato.
much. Jenny Goose 18 says, it's brought out some real kindness and awareness of what negativity to get rid of this year has. Yeah. And I think that's true. Definitely. And then Jane BVR says she's thankful for meeting Mr. Greenwood.
Mr. Greenwood.
So we're assuming that is her
beau.
partner. Yeah.
Is it Beau or Boo? Beau? Boo? Boo?
It's Beau.
Beau? Boo? I don't know. I don't know these terms.
It's Beau.
I'm not down with the kids.
Victoria Prokofiev over on Twitter says she's grateful for everything she's got right now. Any experience she's been through is great, both good and bad. It's made me the person I am today. As I always say, good people give you love and happiness. Bad ones give you experience.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for both love and experience.
Yeah.
That's so good. That's a really
Victoria
good answer.
Prokofiev there. And laying it down.
And Navdeep says he's just grateful for surviving this year.
Surviving it. Yep.
Which, I mean, that's pretty basic, but yeah. You know what? If you made it through this year, then I'd say you're doing pretty good,
You're doing pretty good. Yeah, if you're making it through.
Which kind of brings us
winning the fight.
I guess probably what we are thankful for. I mean, we shared it on social media, so if you follow us over there, you probably already know. But we had a little electrical fire last week.
Yeah, Erica's electrics burned out.
We were making a really good meal for our very first time ever. We were like, let's try to make that chicken Madeira that we get from Cheesecake Factory.
Chicken Madeira.
And we haven't had it in years. Is it Madeira?
Madeira.
Yeah.
Madeira, I'd say. Madeira wine.
So we looked up a recipe.
It's made with Madeira wine.
We found a copycat recipe on the internet. We got all the ingredients. We got it going. And what does our oven decide to do but catch fire?
Well, yes. I mean, it wasn't as dramatic as we might have made it sound. It was
pretty dramatic.
It was pretty dramatic in the moment. It was because I was, we were putting everything on the thing, and I was cutting up the chicken and stuff, and then I just heard the oven beeping, and Erica wasn't really paying too much attention to it.
No, I think I was cutting up something.
And then I just suddenly saw like smoke kind of coming out of like the control panel of the oven's
on fire. The oven's on fire. The sky is falling, you guys.
And then it started flashing. I was like, "Oh, the oven's on fire!" And you were like, "What?" And I was like, "The oven's on fire," like that. And you were just like, What? No. Oh,
no, so
what?
I opened the oven door. I was like, "There's no flames in there." What
and it's like no, and I was like, no, it's on fire. It's like the electrics are burning out.
Yeah.
And I was like, is the electrics in the wall burning up or not? So we better call the fire brigade.
There were no real flames. Like you could see a little bit of flames, like between where the
wall and the back of the oven were.
Well, the top portion of the oven that sits on the top with the control panels and the time display, in the crack in between that top panel where it sat on the actual stove top, you could see some like flames back there, and then you kept hearing these little zip, 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 electrical zaps. And
it was sparking,
and it was sparking. It was sparking all over the place. And there was
the smell of melted plastic, and it was just like acrid smoke.
And if you guys have ever seen Backdraft, that really creepy smoke that like kind of curls out from behind things and over the tops of things, that's the kind of smoke it was. And I was like, uh-oh.
And I was like, we can't turn the oven off because we don't have like a...
Well, we turned it off, but
we had to go outside to turn it off and everything, but yeah.
I
turned the oven off on the actual because I was like, if this thing explodes, and that's it, you know.
So Dominic's like, our oven exploded to everyone. It's like, my God.
No, I didn't say it exploded. I said it almost exploded. You said it exploded,
and I had to delete that story because you were being melodramatic.
I was not. I said it almost exploded.
It did not almost explode.
Fake news.
Fake news.
Fake news.
Anyway, so we called 911. They came out. It was all fine.
Yeah, they had to carry me out of the kitchen. It was terrible. It was terrible, really, because I was being carried out, and I was like, oh.
But we didn't know if it was like
fainted.
We didn't know if it was in the wall or if it was in
the
oven.
That was the danger, and they were like, yeah, it's good that you called us because it could have.
It sounded like it burned itself out, which is what I told the 911 guy, and he was like,
if it's an electrical fire, then no.
Then it's not likely that it burned itself out.
It's in the wall.
And so I was like, okay, well that's not great. But yeah, so that was kind of scary and dramatic, and our landlord can't get us an oven for several days, so we're like...
Well, in a couple of days it's coming.
So we're like cooking on electric skillets at the moment, and...
We finally did make the chicken Madeira.
Yeah, we made it last night.
And it was pretty good.
It was good.
We did it pretty well, I think.
Yeah.
We acquitted ourselves well without trying to burn the house down.
I think maybe I would have enjoyed it more... had the oven not caught on fire the first time we were trying to make it. I think it was a little bit like frazzled making it.
To be fair, that oven was suspect. I think it was refurbished. So
yeah,
it was a little bit like, we thought like
bad wiring.
Bad wiring. That's what it was. That's what the firefighters said. It was like, it's badly wired or whatever. It just caused a thing. It wasn't anything to do with the actual outlet or the electrics of the house or anything. So I was like, thank the Lord for that, because it could have been a lot worse, And that was one thing I just said. It was like 2020.
Yeah.
Keeps throwing us curveballs.
So we're thankful for that.
Bowling as a googly.
We're thankful that we still have a house, you guys.
Yeah.
This year. You got to look on the bright side. We're minus an oven at the moment, and that's not a big deal, We're still alive.
We're still eating.
Yeah, because because that was an electrical issue, I don't want to be dramatic, but it's like, in my mind, that fire could have happened at any time, whether the oven was turned on or not. So, I think we have to be grateful that we were
actually
right
using
there,
it, cooking
using
it,
yeah,
cooking with it at the time,
and not fast asleep in the middle of the night, or not at home or whatever when that happens.
Yeah,
so we were able to get it taken care of, and nothing really happened. Just the stove melted a bit, and the wall behind it just, we had one of those metal backsplashes behind. So really just the exterior paint on that metal, the paint coating of that metal plate, kind of just melted in one spot, and that was pretty much all the damage in the house.
Easily replaced.
I mean, it stunk the place up for several days, but
but we bought some stinky stuff that's even stunk the place up even more, so it's like, it's okay. Erica hates it.
I hate smelly stuff, you guys.
And it was like one of those
I'm not like
a
scented candle or like room spray kind of person. I just can't. I have a really sensitive nose, and I just cannot stand that kind of stuff.
Sniffing things out.
Yeah. So never buy me like scented candles or any of that kind of thing.
Well, that's all you're gonna get now for Christmas from me is a scented candle. Because you love them.
So we're thankful for that, and we're thankful for our friends and family, and we're thankful for you guys tuning in and listening to this podcast every single week. We are so thankful for that.
And our patrons.
We're super thankful to our patrons for helping support this podcast.
And if you'd like to be one, just go head over to patreon.com.
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 Mm-hmm.
/ Tea and a Buddy.
Yeah.
Or Tea Buddy. Tea and a Buddy.
It's on our website.
It's on our website. Go click the link, you know.
teeandabuddy.com is our website, and we have links to all of our social media on there. The link to the podcast. Dominic writes a blog twice a month.
Bi-monthly.
Called Living in America.
Living in America.
We have a link to our Patreon page. We have a link to our Amazon store on there where we have curated little like lists of things that we recommend. Yes. Cookies and chips and decor and all kinds of stuff. So, but yeah, we're thankful for you guys. We appreciate your support. Thank you for tuning in so much. We hope you guys have a really, really terrific Thanksgiving.
Yes.
At home.
Let's make it a good one, guys.
Yeah, and that you're all staying safe and healthy and happy. And we'll talk to you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.